What's good, everybody? This your boy, Mr. Synchronicity. Welcome back to another powerful video. And in this video, we're going to talk about how I broke the code to the number 227, or the angel number 227. So with that said, let's get into it. Now, we all know that angel numbers have personal and particular meaning and symbolizes and reference only to that person. So as you may already know, I've been seeing the number 227 a lot. It's been following me around ever since I've been facing heavy adversity. And it all started with title boxing. It started with title boxing when the owner shortened my last check, and it was $227.44. Now, what I discovered that whenever the number 227, especially 227 with a decimal, like 227.8 or 227.9, it is the harbinger of intelligence. Also, it's the harbinger of destruction and the harbinger to end like bad relationships that's not even going too well. It can be any type of relationship at this point, because just the other day, I checked my bank account and I had a problem with insurance. They charged me twice in less than a week for my car insurance payment. So what happened, I wound up calling the 1-800 number, and I got the lady on the phone, and she was like, well, I can move your plan to a later date if that's what you really wanted. And that's what I wanted originally. I didn't want the initial date that I got my car on. And I thought I had fixed and solved this already. But this was like a ploy to get the lady on the phone to let me know that something was going to happen. So she quoted me a lower rate, and you wouldn't even believe what that lower rate was. That lower rate was $227.83, $227.83. So we talked on the phone. Once that number came up on the screen, her computer started to crash and she had to call me back. And I'm telling you, man, ever since this number tagged itself on to me, and people speak the number, or it shows on the screen, or it can be in a note form, license plate, gas station, gas price went lower sign, or whatever, this thing wreaks havoc. Not only havoc, but intelligence. And it helps me to understand that I can overcome anything, and that any situation, this number or the angels are speaking through me through this number, through frequency and vibration, that I will help you end all bad relationship, because you're doing a lot of good light work and you got to keep pushing and moving forward. So that same Friday night, after the lady was trying to get my new car insurance policy together on why they was double charging me and all that crazy stuff, I had ended a relationship with one of my dearest friends. I didn't want to. I really didn't want to end the relationship. But some things is best left unsaid, even when you try to fix the situation. So every pinnacle or pivotal moment in my life, 227 has been popping up. I've noticed it just of this year, but I feel like it probably tagged me years ago. So the 227.44 was with title boxing. 227.6 was when I was at the doctor's office, when I was going through all that drama with one of my former business partners, and now one of my closest, dearest friends who I love so much. Our relationship has ended, and the lady at insurance, she spoke in that number, 227.83, and now that relationship has ended, and now I'm on to new things. But I feel like with this number popping into my life, everything must zero itself out. I feel like with these three pivotal events, including myself, because this car insurance thing, they pretty much like wiped my bank account. I wouldn't say almost to zero, but it went all the way down, because whenever I get my first paycheck, by getting paid by monthly, I try to knock out most of my bills. So I've been wiped out zero. Let's see. My dearest friend, she's been wiped out zero. My business partner, they still waiting on their last form of karma, because I feel like there's like a 3-way or maybe a 4-way thing going on. Now, I got the lawsuit going on with title boxing. The one thing I'm waiting for is I'm trying to figure out what number the universe is going to send my last paycheck. I don't even care about how they tally up the numbers, because at the end of the day, I feel like the universe is going to have the last say, and they're going to give me a new number, and I feel like that new number is going to mean new beginnings. So thanks for staying with me with this video. And my reality has been affected. I know I did some things I wasn't supposed to do. I also affected the reality, or the fabrics of reality, and I altered the timeline. I created my own paradox. I guess the number 227 is like cleaning house, and I hate to say it in that way because I don't like to think of people as being disposed of. And so from this point on, I'm gonna try to do everything right, be a better person, and try to head for the future and make all the right choices and have more control over the timeline. And what I mean by the timeline is, I might talk about in the next video, I want to be able to do the right things, say the right things, put the right intent behind all my actions so I can get my desired outcome, and not get splintered off in these side storylines or these side timelines, which I don't really want. And I should just focus on the main goal, because I'm tired of being Dr. Strange at this point. The future has billions and millions of infinite possibilities. And like I said in my last video, I need to learn how to unify the timeline, and I'm trying to focus on that. Right now, I'm going to close out this year, 2019, and we're going to start 2020 the right way. And even though I'm going through a filler point with a lot of people who I've been in contact with, I feel like all of our karmas got zeroed out. In some fashion, way, or form, I feel like we all got screwed to a particular point. So that's my time. Tell me what y'all think about this video. I didn't mean to drag this on. Yes, I finally cracked part of the code. 227 means to end things on my end, even though we know the 2 means equilibrium, balance. Also means prosperity. Also means self-reflection. Also means that you need to find balance within yourself, because each number can have a negative value or a negative counterpart to it. So it's not always positive. You just have to figure out what is the relevance and revelation towards your life. What does it mean to you? Or say, what does this number mean to me? So you got to tap into your higher self, and hopefully you can find what that number means. So I cracked part of the code. I feel like I still got a long ways to go. That's my time. Y'all stay blessed. One love. Drop me a comment, and I'll see y'all in my next video. Peace.